Domestic violence allegations affect the whole family because when one member of the family is removed, the burden of every aspect of the family life shifts to another member of the family. That creates an incredible amount of stress, and that stress further exacerbates all of the other problems, creating a vicious cycle. One of the most frequent reasons for a false allegation of domestic violence is a pending divorce or child custody battle. In Ohio, a domestic violence conviction can be a specific reason that a domestic court judge can keep children away from one parent. Domestic violence cases are occasionally just a he said, she said type situation, but there are often cases where there's physical evidence of abuse. And there are even situations where accusers will self-inflict harm in order to bolster their allegations of domestic violence. For a first offense domestic violence conviction, a person can be sent to jail for up to 180 days, and they can be fined up to $1,000. A second offense carries up to 18 months in prison because it's a felony, and a third offense can carry up to 36 months in prison and increased fines. And that doesn't even consider the collateral consequences that come with being convicted of domestic violence. If you've been accused of domestic violence, the first thing that you should do is call an experienced lawyer who focuses on domestic violence cases. Then, you need to shut your mouth. Talking with anybody is a potential minefield of mistakes that can lead to a variety of consequences that will eviscerate your case down the road. Domestic violence charges don't just go away. No prosecutor wants to be the one that dismissed a domestic violence case, only to have their accuser end up murdered a few days later. In order to coordinate a defense, we frequently speak with accusers who don't want their loved ones being prosecuted anymore. We can teach them how to be convincing and talk to prosecutors so that maybe that unicorn dismissal does come along. And if that won't come along, then we can show them how to testify and make sure that they're telling their truthful story in a powerful way so that a jury will enter a not guilty verdict for our client. In domestic violence allegation situations, making a good impression on both the prosecutor and the judge is very important. Submitting to mental health evaluations, particularly aimed at anger management and intrafamilial dynamics, is very important and very helpful in negotiating favorable resolutions. Our office has more than 30 years of combined experience defending people who have been accused of domestic violence. We've tried these cases all over the state of Ohio to successful verdicts for our clients. Our holistic approach to domestic violence cases makes our firm unique among all other criminal defense firms in Ohio. When we combine our high level of trial advocacy skills, our unique training and unique approaches to the trial preparation process, and the hands-on approach we take to helping clients address the inter-family dynamics that led them to this moment in time, we bring a total package through that holistic defense that can convince prosecutors to make reductions in charges and show judges that dismissals are appropriate and available. We talk about domestic violence issues on our social media channels all the time, and you can find a myriad of information on those channels. But if you want an attorney's help with your domestic violence allegations, call our firm or fill out our case evaluation form and get an appointment scheduled to talk with me or another one of our trial lawyers. During your case evaluation, you're going to meet with Chaz or Kristen, and you're going to tell your story to them, and they're going to help you fill out some forms and information that helps me understand your case. Then you're going to meet with me, and I'm going to review your story with you, and we're going to talk about what your goals are. We're going to talk about the choices that you have available and the approach that my firm would take to help you achieve those goals. I will handle your case personally if that's the right choice for you. In our firm, Every case is reviewed by our entire trial team to make sure that we come up with the most creative options for every case that we handle. Throughout the course of our representation, you're likely to meet with all 3 attorneys here in our office. And if you develop a rapport with Attorney Osorio or Attorney Warner, I will not stand in the way of them taking over your case. The relationship between a trial attorney and their client is sacred, in my opinion. And that relationship should be the one that makes you the most comfortable.